Okay. All right. So we're going over the spreadsheet. So if you have any questions during the process of me actually talking, just type it into the, okay, Linda says she has hers. Just type it into the actual chat box and I'll answer any questions. So that's your income. That's anything that comes in the income. So let me go back here and I'm gonna put my vacations back, all right? When you look at this spreadsheet, you'll look at here, and I'm gonna show you something because when you're putting things into these cells, other things are taking place. So let's just say, for instance, I made $3,000 this month and this is your monthly check. So if you get paid monthly, whatever date you get your check on and it cashes. Do you follow what I'm saying? Not the date that it just comes, the date that you actually cash it. You can say, well, it come on the 15th. The day you go to that bank and you start using that money, that's the date that you want to put in here, okay? So if you get paid on the 1st and you got paid $2,000, boom, 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 put that $2,000 in. If you notice, the $2,000 went here and it went in your total income as well, all right? When you scroll down, notice over here you have your cans. This is where we talk about how many savings. I said you should have 6 accounts, but this is where you can determine how many accounts that you want. Make sure it adds up to, watch this, 100%. You follow what I'm saying? So if you notice, I got in my tithing can, it says 5%. In my investment can, it says 10%. In my education can, I got 5%. Income taxes, I have 5%. And then you look at my fund can. But when you add up all of these cells, it should all come out to 100% of your income. Does that make sense to everybody? So if you say 5 and 10 is 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 45, 50 plus 50%. That's 100%. You follow what I'm saying? So you might want to put in here, you may have your kids. It doesn't matter. I don't care what you use the account for. You can actually put in whatever it is that you want to put in there. You determine that. Just make sure. So now when I put the $2,000 in, $100 went to tithing. Investment, $200 went to my investment can. My education, $100 went into it, right? Income taxes, $100 went into it. My fund can, $100 went into it. My travel can, $100 went into it. My wants and savings can, $200 went into that 10%. And then the Lynn fund can, $100 went into that. So we got 2. One is for Lynn and one is for me. So based on the income, do you see how, and I'm saying this, ladies and gentlemen, because if you are in a relationship, guys, it is so much easier to do things together financially. I know a lot of people probably don't agree with me, and that's okay. I'm just giving you advice that I've done both parts. I've done it both ways. I've done it where, guess what? I know my money. She know her money. I know how much she even made for the first 7 years of marriage. I'm just saying. Because everybody won't keep it a secret. You know what I mean? But I'm telling you, you are going to waste more money that way. And I'm just telling you it from both sides. Now, guess what? Everything is under one account. one roof. It's easier for us to manage. And guess what? If you notice, Lynn still has her income. Kemp Satchel still has his income. But now we are not what? We are not blind, because that's where the frustration comes in. I'm gonna tell y'all where it comes in at. When you don't know, and then Dad, I'm only messing with Dad because she right here, me and her talk all the time. But Dad, she out buying. That's when you get the shoes snuck in the house. You know, I went out and got a fifth of vodka. You know, I ain't telling nobody nothing. She just, well, how he get that? You know, I'm just being honest with the stuff. So I gotta be here. Are the cans pre-populated, or are the per can or doors populated? Okay, I didn't understand it. Eldoris, unmute yourself. Eldoris, go ahead, Eldoris. Okay, I'll do it for you. Where's El? All right, I got you. I can't hear nothing you saying, Eldoris. Just hold on. All right, I got you. I'm gonna unmute you. Go ahead.
Thank you. I was saying, are the cans pre-populated, or are the percentages pre-populated? So when you put it in there, is the formula already in there, so the percentage is already the same, or do you have to put that in?
Yeah, you have to put it in, but I'm gonna show you how to do that based on the formula. And that's a good question. Very good question. Thank you. Anybody else got any questions? Before we move on, that was a good question. So let's show you. So if you look here where it says 5%, right? Look here in this cell. If you look up here, now I know you guys probably can't see this, so I'm getting ready to make it big. Are you kidding me? Hold on. Yeah. All right, let me see if I can do it here. I want to make this bigger so you guys can actually see it. Hold on. I just don't have my right pads. But in the top, okay, I think I got it. Yeah. Can anybody see the formula up here? Let me just highlight it. Maybe that'll help. Y'all see this formula up here? Can they see that, Lynn? No? All right. Dang, I wish up here in the top, and I can't really make that, I can't make it bigger, but up here in the top, there's a formula. It says equal sum, okay, parentheses. So if you look here, it says 0.05, 0.05, which is equivalent to 5%. So if you want to change that, all you would have to do is change the last two numbers. So if you're making it a 5% cell and it's a 10% cell, if it's a 10% cell, you could change the formula up here and make it a 5%. And you don't have to change the formula. You could just change the last two numbers. That makes sense to you, Eldoris.
Yes, it does.
That makes sense? Okay, good. All right. You can see it in cell 65. Oh, yeah. There you go. Thank you. There you go. Exactly. So, and then after you've done it, make sure you hit the check mark. When you mess with a formula, there's a check mark right next to it, an X and a check mark. You click that check mark, and it'll go back to the regular way. Everybody got that? I'm recording this right now, so just in case you guys need it, everybody that was in the class will get the recording. So that way, you know, if you miss out on something, don't worry, because I am recording this call. All right. Awesome. So now, hold on for a minute. Somebody got locked out. Okay. All right, hold on for a second. Jesus, take the room. I ain't gonna be able to do this tonight. I'm gonna just unlock this room and leave it alone. This is gonna be crazy. I tell you, I'm having a receptionist after a while. Don't worry. Unlock the meeting. All right. Can you tell Linda she can come in there, please? All right. So everybody has that, right? So now at the bottom here, if you need to move a cell over and things of that nature, if it's not big enough for you, you could just click on your right click and you can move the line over and it'll open up the cell for you so that you can actually see everything right here, right? You just, if y'all can see the cursor up there, it'll change and you can move the server, you can move it over and things of that nature. All right. So now when it comes down to your home expenses, not only does this work over here, but all the way over here, ladies and gentlemen, there are budgets and things of that nature. So when I put the $2,000, it also goes into your totals over here and it works on what your budgets and stuff is. So let me talk about who's writing on my spreadsheet. Somebody over there messing with anecdotes and stuff. Y'all writing on my spreadsheet. Stop writing. All right. So if you see this right here where it says budget, the budget is what you put in there. So let's just say, Eldarish, your electric bill, or let's just go with your rent. That cell that's all in the blue column, you can change that to your details. So depending on what your rent or your mortgage or whatever it is, you can put that in there. You could just put $700, boom, and the $700 goes there, okay? What if you are paid every 2 weeks, different amounts? Yeah, I'm gonna show you that. When you look at the difference amount, I'll go over there in 1 second. So when you put your budget there, I want each one of you to go through all of your bills. Whatever bills, you're not gonna have the same bills that I have or anything, but all of these things in home expenses can be changed. Just like that, the electric and gas, you could just click on the cell and change it. Okay, whatever yours is, all of these can be changed. And I have 3 extra cells just in case you need to actually put something else there that's not there. But maybe you don't have as many bills as I have here. You can actually change those bills. I mean, you could change those names. Does that make sense, everybody? Hopefully everybody has that, right? So now whatever your bills is on an average, and you'll be able to find that out 3 months from now, because normally your rent and stuff never changes, right? Your mortgage never changes. House repairs. Now that might be if you're setting aside some money for house repairs. So I normally say it all depends on your home. If you know you got a newer home, you don't get a bunch of house repairs done, guess what? $50, $25, it doesn't matter. And you could just put the 50 and hit tab. You don't have to put the decimal and 00 because I have it to the point that it's currency. So all you gotta do is put 50 and then tab and it'll go over to the next thing. Notice over here, these numbers are changing as well, all right? So this is why I say don't mess with anything. Now, you got $50 here. Let's just say, for instance, On the 31st of January, you ended up going to Home Depot and you needed, let's just say, what do you need? A doorknob for your door. And you winded up spending $67 for that doorknob, and you only had $50 in your budget. Does this make sense? Boom, 67. It takes the 17. Notice there's a minus sign on here. There's a plus sign on 17 because what? You're $17 over budget. Am I making sense? If you look down here, I have it to where, let me show you something. I have it to where you'll have a status where it says on target or over. This will change. You don't want to ever touch this right here. I should make this red, but y'all already got y'all spreadsheet. But you don't touch this. This is already formulated. It's just to let you know whether you're over or under budget. Am I making sense? So you never have to touch that. Please, I'm going to make sure y'all get this recording because I know y'all ain't going to remember all of this stuff. But that's because I put $67 in here. If I would have put $50 in here, guess what? There would have been 0-0. Am I making sense? If that week you didn't spend nothing, you got $34. Maybe, guess what? Now you got minus 16, right? Because you still got $16 left. Am I making sense, everybody? That's what this is, a variance plus or minus, so you can kind of see where you are and whether you're on track or not. Does that make sense? So with that being said, when you're looking at your numbers, you'll be more consciously aware of what's going on. So as soon as you get your spreadsheet, you want to put all of your budget numbers in right away. You put that in the beginning of the month so you can know how much your monthly expenses are. Don't assume what it is, because guess what? I guarantee you it's changing somewhere around the line. And as long as you do this, this is how you make adjustments going in and out. Does all of that make sense to everybody? I hope y'all getting this. So now I can see my stuff on paper and it'll make a difference. All right. All right. All right. You can print it on your, you can actually, I would print it the long way, landscape, if I'm gonna print it, right? Now, for Brittany say, what if there is a cell for each day of the month under income, right? So Brittany, you will need to set up, okay. Y'all over here talking and stuff. Okay, just stand by. So let's say, for instance, all right, you're getting paid on different days. Whatever day you receive income, because some people don't get paid just on once a month. Some people get paid daily. Some people get paid weekly. Whenever that money comes in, and stop, hold on for a second. Stop thinking of just your paycheck. Am I making sense? Stop thinking of just your paycheck like that's your only income, or that's the only, because that's what limits you in your income. You can make money literally every day if you want to, but it's the way you start thinking that's going to say, well, I'm on a fixed, you're only on a fixed income because you're fixing it to be that way. So hold on for a minute, please. You're only on a fixed income because you're fixing it in your mind. Does that mean, you understand? You're mentally living paycheck to paycheck. That's it. And once you mentally, it's only going to follow physically. If you want to make money daily, like how many of y'all can remember when mama used to have fish sandwiches on Saturday? She sell fish sandwiches, or maybe back in the day in church, we used to have carnations, you know, that they wore on anniversaries. There is called a hustle, ladies and gentlemen. There is always a way to make some income once you make a decision to make it. Am I making sense? So for Brittany's question, If I got paid the second, whatever it is, I got paid $459. And then maybe 6 days later, I got paid. Whatever the amount is the amount that you put in the cell, because that's going to constitute for everything. Does that make sense? Yes or yes? All right. When printing, use a legal size. Yes. This is what you do when you print this. You highlight all of the cells that you want to print, like that, right? You hit the left click on your mouse or whatever it is that you're using, left click, and all you got to do is start off. If you start off, watch this. If you click A, it's going to highlight the whole cell. If you click from vacations and then go down, you would have to pull it down. Do you follow what I'm saying? In order to get it. But if you're wanting to print and then go all the way across, and then whatever, when you get ready to print, you just click on the left click, right? I'm sorry. You just go up here and you click file and then print, and then it'll say print area or print the actual document. When it says area, whatever area you have highlighted, that's the area that it's going to print on your paper. Does that make sense? All right. So now, if you notice, home expenses and business expenses into two different categories. Why do I have business expenses? Because every last one of you that's in a business, it becomes tax write-offs. Most people are afraid to do what they need to do because they're not doing the proper stuff on the front end. So now you're afraid to know, well, let me see if I can write this off. And now you stand a chance of being audited. Am I making sense? But if you're being audited and your stuff is in order, it don't even matter. Am I making sense? So don't live in fear thinking that you can't write this stuff off. So you got office supplies, you know what's included. If you go to Staples or you get paper or you get ink for your printer, you get paper clips. I don't care. Office supplies is office supplies. Yes? Guess what? That's a write-off at the end of the year. I like to look at it like this. All the money that I spend over here is coming back to me at the end of the year. Did y'all hear what I just said? All the money that I'm putting over, like for some of y'all have a subscription, right? A monthly subscription, $69.95 for us. So what? On the day that they take out your subscription, on that day, you put that $69.95 down. Well, guess what, ladies and gentlemen? That's $840 at the end of the year. That's a nice little check to get back because it's a tax. I know what I'm getting. Hold on. I know exactly what I'm getting. Hold on. See, y'all worse than children. Continue. That won't happen again. All right. You know what it sounds like? I don't mean to be fussy, but you ever hear a mouse in the kitchen when you're trying to watch a good movie? Don't act like y'all ain't got no mic. Right. And you hear all this rattling like, that is, ooh, goodness gracious. All right. So I'm working on that, y'all. That my personal development and kicking yet. I'm just, Let me see something. Okay. All right. Okay. All right. Somebody writing on my paper. My goodness. Okay. So you want to put this in, and at the end of the day, so when it comes down to the end of the year and it's time to do your taxes, wouldn't it make life so much easier when you could just give this to your accountant because you've done all your paperwork? That's why you want to get into the habit of doing these things. And as you put your money up in here, it's doing the same thing so that you can actually see all of your totals, projections, and that's really going to make the difference. Now, notice I have beginning mileage on each day and ending mileage. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I don't want you to depend on yourself. This is the key. You can do this if you can do this. right? But let me tell you, most of us can't do this because we'll either forget or whatever the case may be. I encourage everybody to get TaxBot. All right, everybody get that TaxBot. It makes life so much easier because you don't have to worry whether your mileage is being recorded or not. And you always got your phone. I know if you don't, y'all going back and getting it, right? So you in that car, as soon as that car goes to 15 miles, you want to get TaxBot. TaxBot records. Listen to me. This is one of your biggest tax write-offs. It is your biggest, listen to what I just said. It is one of the most, I mean, when I tell you the amount of money you're going to get when you use this tax thing, trust me, it's going to be crazy. I can't even begin. Most people are throwing away $100 a day. Did you hear what I just said? You're throwing away $100 a day. Now, if you walk into work, guess what? You walk into work. Ain't nothing I can do about that. That's local transportation. That's Chevrolet, you know, that's Chevrolet. Chevrolet, yo. If you walking, that's all right. Ain't nothing I can do with that. But it works when you are commuting. Absolutely. It works fabulous when you're commuting because guess what? I used to drive an hour and a half. I will take walking to work any day over the tax write-off. I'm just letting y'all know. I'd rather keep the money in my pocket. I'm just saying in a business, if you have to, make sure. Now watch what I do, ladies and gentlemen. Let me just help you here. On your way to work or wherever you're going, you should always have something in your car for your business. Am I making a business cards, something that you could give out? Now, I'm not saying go out of the way and give this stuff out, but go anything that's in your way. Some of y'all drop kids off at the daycare, right? Some of y'all just stop to get some coffee. Well, when I stop to get my coffee, if I drank coffee, I just drink milk. I'm just going to drop some of these because guess what? I'm now going to use that mileage for advertisement. They don't know what's going on. I'm using the miles, right? And I want you to go to the place closest to your job. Don't go to the one right out of your job. Go to the place that's closest to your job so that way you get to write off that mileage, ladies and gentlemen. Am I making sense? And it adds up. All you got to do is look at how many miles you got on your car for this year. Some of y'all got 10,000. 10,000 times 57 cents. Do the math. Everybody got their calculator? Just in case you don't know, do the math. 10,000 times 57 cents. 57.4 to be exact. Somebody type and tell me what you got. Woo! And it would be 57,400, 4,740, or 4,740 if you did the 54 cent. I mean 57.4 cent. Them 0.4s add up when you talk about thousands. Don't chip yourself. Look at Eldar. Like Eldar's like, wow, Jesus. Now, how would you like to get that check back at the end of each year? That's your stipend that the government tell you they're going to give you and they never send you. We just showing you how to get your money because y'all are paying double, triple time in taxes. Taxes is your highest bill. So you want to make sure you are getting what's yours. Am I making sense, ladies and gentlemen? Hopefully I am. Ah, man. I had 9,378 miles before my car was totaled. See, 9,300. Yeah, because Jackie always driving. Look, when I go places, I rent a car Oh yeah, we driving somewhere. We went from Shreveport to Little Rock. That's 200 and something miles. That ain't even on my car, but I drove it and I had to pay for the gas, ladies and gentlemen, because they don't pay for that gas, do they? No, they want that car to be filled up just like it was when you take it. So guess what? You get to write that off. All of these rooms and stuff, some people be complaining about the $10 that you pay to go to the event. You know why you complaining? Because you don't know you're supposed to be getting it back. It's a business expense. I'm hoping I'm helping y'all today, all right? Lifetime savings, you don't have to worry about that. That's if you want to use that. Maybe some of you have some amount of that you want to actually save that you're putting here, but that's what both of these columns are for. So you may have something different that you want to use your lifetime savings. There might be some long-term savings that you just might want to put $1 in long-term savings. Guess what? Say that $1 and you here for the next 50 years. That ain't going to be too bad for the kids. I'm not saying you got to give it to the kids. You might need to use it a little something, something. You know what I mean? I'm just saying every dollar helps, right? All right. Oh, man. We already talked about this cell. And the next is credit cards. These little things right here, ladies and gentlemen, incoming and outgoing, they ain't nothing to be played with. When you know what your limit is, you want to write that stuff down, because when you start spending money, you're going to see, okay, incoming, outgoing. How much did you pay on that credit card? How much came in? Boom, what you got left? Don't say I'm over my limit and I want to cut up. Don't cut up the credit card after you done used and maxed it out. Oh, I'm going to cut these credit cards up. No, you're not. No, you're not. You're going to pay them people their money. And we got to get that. Am I making sense? Hello. All right. So now that we covered that, I'm going to give y'all a little something else that we're going to share. But before we go any further, I am going to stop sharing. And I am going to open up the door. Anybody have any questions at this point? Go ahead, Brittany, you guys question? All right, go ahead.
Can you explain the credit card thing a little bit more? So is the incoming your balance and the outgoing is what you're paying out?
Well, your incoming is what you pretty much started with, right? And then basically what you're putting out now, the bottom is going to be a different number, that third level where your total is. So you don't spend on
I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
So is your interest rate included somewhere in that?
Yeah, you should have your interest rate can actually be included. I haven't put that there because everybody's interest is so totally different.
Right.
So you can, if you need help on that and you definitely want to go ahead on and make sure your interest and all of that. I also heard Yola ask, was insurances. Like if you guys have insurance, that's another one that you can actually put in there. So you know you got to pay your life insurance every single month too, right? Some of y'all paying medical insurance. The things that's on your check. Knocked out of me. Judy can come back. I didn't lock it back. Just tell somebody Judy she can come back. So if you got insurance that you want to put down there, use one of the columns over here, right? Home expense, and just put that down for your insurance, and basically that'll be tracked as well. All right, so you might pay $23 in insurance every week. If you don't have insurance, you want to get it. That's another way of getting money. How many of y'all plan on making money every day? It really takes a plan, right? That's all it takes. I don't know where that daggone language came, I got to wait till next pay. That's crazy. Am I making sense? But we was taught that. Now, you're in the military like Sharon, you still can get, let me tell you, when I was in the military, boy, I was really getting my hustle on. That's why I probably got an Article 15. No, I'm just playing. But I'm telling you, man, what? You know how many of them soldiers didn't know how to keep their money? I'd be quick to let you ain't supposed to do it, but boy, I give you this 50, you give me 100 on the 15th. Y'all military know what I'm talking about. And they give you a whole 100. You talking about, what was that? Y'all stay out these daggone day pay things. These day, get day money, those places, right? You don't mess with them 500%, but we was good. I ain't never have to cash my check because I already had money coming to me based on people not being able to what? Hold on to their money. Yeah, payday loans. Thank you very much. All right. Anybody else? Ernie, you got any questions? Go ahead. You open, Ernie. You got any questions?
No, I don't have any.
You good?
I'm good.
All right. Cheryl, you got any questions?
The only thing I don't have is the credit card on mine. Can I just add it?
Yeah. You don't have the credit card on your spreadsheet?
I have the old one.
Oh, I'll send you a new one.
Thank you, Kim.
Yes, I'll send you a new one.
Thank you.
Yeah, remember me on Christmas. I'm just saying. Monica, you got any questions?
No, I'm good.
You sure?
I'm positive.
All right. All right. So now, okay, go ahead, Debbie.
What is TaxSpot?
TaxBot. Let me show y'all what TaxBot is. TaxBot is an app that you can download to your phone. It's an app. Tax, TaxBot. Doris got it. She's showing y'all showing to you now, right? It's $10 a month. You don't have to pay for the first 30 or 10. But TaxBot, it does a lot of stuff. But I'm gonna give y'all something else that I'm gonna share with you tonight too. All right, TaxBot. Everybody got that? All right, and I'll show you what that is right now. Let me see. You got to set up an account as well and it can be online where you can monitor this stuff here. TaxBot, log in. Boom, boom. So here's 99 trips that I haven't even classified. See, my 2017 hasn't even got started yet. So if everybody can see that right where it say estimate 2017 deductions, everybody can see that. Can you see that, Monica? Up here? Okay. All right, so classify now. So when I classify it, it's just going here. So notice every ride that I do from January the 1st all the way up, it got the map and everything. So now if the government do me, I got a sheet that I can actually print out at the end of the year, boom, and it has all of my stuff in it. Does that make sense, ladies and gentlemen? So when you get in your car, this is attached to your to like what your Google's is. What is it? It's attached to your it's attached to your GPS. So that way it's so accurate. So you see 1.14 miles, right? Went from, now this stuff right here was probably something like maybe I went to the store or something. So what I do is I just click personal, boom, right? Save as personal. You don't have to do nothing with that. That's saved. See how quick that was? It says save as personal or save as business. I say save. You already have your vehicle. So if you're driving one vehicle and you got the mileage on it, I have the black Saab and I have the Nissan Pathfinder. So I got both of them in there, whatever one I'm in. And you can put up to 4 or 5 different vehicles depending on how many you got, Big Willie, right? And then you can actually, when you're doing business, save as business, you want to put something in the description. So this one says 127. I'm going to say save as personal. 119, save as personal. 129, save as personal, save as personal, save as personal, save as personal. See how fast I'm doing that? 2.81, save as personal. When it's under like 10 miles, it was probably something personal I did. I ain't go nowhere or anything else like that. And it says I went the long lane. I probably went to get a sandwich or something. I went like Cheryl, you know, I went to the McDonald's and got a milkshake. You know how Cheryl do, right? Save as personal, save as personal, save as personal, save as personal, save as personal. Boom, right? Page 2. All right, so all these is like little teeny things. That's now, woo, 1955, 19 miles and 55, 19 miles, 55, right? 28 miles. So where did I go? This was in, now watch this. Notice where this is at. This is in Maryland, ladies and gentlemen. So I was in Maryland, somewhere along the line. I can tell you this is like all these 4 here is in Maryland. 32, right? All you can see, all this stuff is in Maryland. But I drove to Maryland in my vehicle. Am I making sense? From Philadelphia. I'm going to go to page 3 just to kind of show you. See, this is 113 miles, still Maryland. Are you following what I'm saying? Here go to 10.57. This is all in Maryland. So guess what? It's a tax write-off. So this 113, I'm going to save it as, I'm going to put the job description and I'm going to say, travel training. And then I'm going to hit save as business. Boom. You see how I did that, everybody? So you can do this either on your phone or you can do it on the computer. Once you save it on your phone, all this is attached to your phone. When you go onto your computer, you can do it on your computer or whatever the case may be. Notice expenses is also on here. But I got an easier way of doing this stuff here, okay? So everybody got that? Everybody understand TaxBot, T-A-X-B-O-T. You can go to the App Store, download it to your phone. That way you will have it. We just started the brand new year out. So guess what, ladies and gentlemen? You want to go head on. Now, I'm going to just show y'all. I'm going to change it to 2016. You see how much I had to write off in 2016? $4,308.50. Now, for y'all that's in a business, that's in a network or business, do you think it was worth me spending $69.95 to be able to write off my taxes? Now, if this is on my phone and I say because I now own a home-based business, do you think that would be something that would make it more valuable than saying you want to make some money or something like that? You follow what I'm saying? Do you think if people knew they was getting this kind of money, it would keep your attrition down? Why? Because I'm constantly educated. I would never, ever not have a home-based business just for the tax write-off. You go to a restaurant, guess what? Diner, it's actually what? Meals. How many of y'all eat out? Anybody eat out other than me? Okay. Let me tell you something. This eating out stuff, man, it ain't no joke. I'm telling you, it's not a joke. Some of y'all will notice that if you had a pie chart and you looked at that pie chart to see how much money you use to eat out, ladies, how many of y'all just go out and eat out? Don't cook, just going out, don't feel like cooking when you go, especially if you're traveling, right? Guess what? You're constantly eating out. But at the end of the day, it's okay if you're being able to write it off in taxes. Because whenever I go out to eat, I'm always going to say I was doing a what? I was talking to you about the business. Whatever business you're in, I'm talking to Monica about the business. We're having a business meeting. All you got to do is flip that receipt. And on TaxBot, when you got it on your phone, it will even allow you to take a picture of your receipt, ladies and gentlemen, in the app for your expense. So that's a good way of tracking stuff. This is why most people lose so much money, because they're not intentionally tracking anything. This is what frustrates you. Anybody ever heard reposition yourself financially? reposition yourself financially, period. Just by having that home business, guess what? You repositioned yourself. You got so much money coming to you. You should not be getting under $10,000 to $20,000 if you're doing the business full time. Yeah, okay. I'll leave that one there. So everybody got the tax spot, right? Okay, now I'm going to show you something else today. This is going to help you for those that's learning how to do your spreadsheet. Now, I'm giving y'all something before I give it to the financial group, so y'all should be happy that y'all was in this group because y'all getting it before them. A lot of information I'm going to give you tonight, and I'm going to give you I'm going to give you the opportunity first, okay? Mint.com. Anybody have it? Mint, M-I-N-T, mint.com. Login. Who has mint.com? I have it, but not use it. Okay. Oh, wow. Mint.com is something a little bit different. I want y'all, if you need to go to the bathroom right now, because I know y'all been sitting here for a minute, I want y'all to go ahead and go to take you a quick break. Go get, I know some of y'all need to go, you know, take care of business. Go ahead and take care of business. I'm going to be signing into this. And when y'all come back, we're going to get into the next phase, okay? Okay, now let me see. Wow. All right, everybody's back, right? All right, so before I go to what I'm going to do, I'm going to have Lynn she's going to go over another portion of the spreadsheet so that way, for many of you, I don't know if you noticed or not, but on the bottom of the spreadsheet, you have the months. I mean, each month, January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August. Everybody see that? It kind of shows you basically. So Lynn, she's going to come up and show y'all that part so that when you get to the end of the year, how it rolls up automatically to the next year. So you guys can actually see that part. What you, Martha?
Well, I mean, I can't speak, but I can't show you because you're sharing your screen.
Oh yeah, I'll share my screen now. You can go. You can share. All right, so she's going to show you how that works to the end of the year, because now everybody said, well, what I do at the end of the year? It's all going to roll up over to your next year, so you can actually see how that works too. Now, I know some of you will probably have some personal questions that you want to ask me. I have no problem with that because you may not want to put that out here, but please do not leave yourself trying to figure this out, because then you will do nothing. Am I making sense? Okay. All right, Lynn, let me go unmute you. Where's Lynn at? Okay. Lynn, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Trying to get back to the panel so I can share my screen.
Okay.
Oh, there we go. Can everyone see the spreadsheet, or is it just slow loading? Kim, can you see the spreadsheet?
No. Can y'all see the spreadsheet? Nope.
Well, maybe you can pull it up on your screen because I seem to be having difficulty.
Okay, must be a Windows. Hold on. Let me see.
No, actually, it came up.
There you go.
Okay.
Thank you, Jesus.
All right. This is the last tab. If you look along across the bottom of the screen, you'll see the different names for each month. And then I placed here a year-to-date tab, or a roll-up, as we used to call them in the business. Anyway, so what I did was I broke up the year into quarters, and everything on this page is pretty much formulas, but what happens is as you are populating, let's say, your income, this will break out how much income you got for the first quarter of the year. So that would be for January, February, March. And then you have quarter two, April, May, June, then July, August, September, and then October, November, December. And in theory, by the end of December, you'll have all of this information broken out. It's pretty neat because then, especially if you have a home-based business, when you look at your income, for example, because you may not be making the same amount of money, throughout the year as you would be with, let's say, maybe a more steady job. So you can tell things about your business. You can see that maybe you made more money in the first quarter than you made in the second quarter, or maybe the fourth quarter was a better quarter for you. This kind of helps you analyze your income as well as your expenses. Like for example, we have a combination heating and electric bill. So in the wintertime, it gets a little outrageous. So when I'm looking at the first quarter and sometimes the fourth quarter, I'll see where the bill is either inching up or maybe where it was high and it's starting to slack off. You know, it just helps you analyze certain things. It gives you a picture of, this is going to give you a snapshot actually of what your expenses were over the year, month to month. And that's the main reason why I like this. And if this is something that you're really good at and then you keep it, you know, after 1 or 2 years, then it really gives you some really great data to look at and compare. You can see a flow like with your house repairs. You can see a flow with, you know, your vehicle repairs. You can see, you know, how much money you're spending over time. And let's say like takeout or just regular food bill. You'd be surprised, outside of taxes, I think most of us probably would say our highest expense would be purchasing food. So I actually like this screen because it just shows a lot of information. This is the screen that tells a story. And it's just interesting because I come back here every couple of months and just to look and, you know, see where it is. You'd be surprised how much money that it wasn't. I knew that I spent, let's say, like $725 in rent, but when you look at it and multiply it out over 12 months, you know, a lot of times we don't look at it like that because we're looking at that 2-week period with our expenses, or we're looking at a 30-day period. And I remember like the first time I actually saw my rent written out and like all added up over across the course of a year. And I saw how much it was. I was like, oh my goodness, I didn't realize I was spending so much money just on that one thing. So that's what this particular tab is good for.
Okay, so did everybody understand that? Everybody got that? I know it's a lot of information, but ladies and gentlemen, at the end of the day, you don't have to worry about that because all that's going to automatically populate from you just putting in your numbers that you're supposed to be putting in on a daily basis. Do you follow what I'm saying? You don't have to worry about that because it'll automatically populate on its own. Does that make sense? Does anybody have any questions on that? Now, what we're going to be doing with this particular spreadsheet, we're going to go, like, I'm going to do a follow-up with you guys to see how your spreadsheets are coming along. And we're going to do that for the first couple of weeks. So just, you never know when I'm going to say, okay, we need you to be on this. How many of y'all all got it? So I'm not even going to ask how many of you are serious about it. At the end of the day, it's just something that I believe will help a lot of people because it makes you become a little bit more conscious, aware of your cash flow. Does that make sense? It'll just look much better. Like you'll start seeing things and you'll see where you can cut back and where you can't cut back and what you need to increase and things of that nature. Does any of that make sense to anybody? Hopefully it does, okay? So now what else? So now that you have your spreadsheets, the very first thing you're going to do is what? One, your budget. Am I making sense? Make sure you put all of the numbers in your budget. Now, any money that you have actually spent already, so we can actually catch up from that, since then to the 17th, you can start putting those numbers in. So you got your bills and stuff like that. Go to your dates, whatever your bills is written out for. Now, some of y'all already know what your water bill is. You know what date that you actually pay that water bill, right? Some of y'all may have your money on already transactions. Everything come out on a weekly basis. But the more you start to put it in, the more the story will come together and start to make sense. Does that make sense? Hopefully it does. Again. All right. So the next thing that I have for you guys is called Mint. All right. Mint.com is an app that I have on my phone, and it just makes life so much easier. I just love these apps. Mint does not cost you a dime. It is by Intuit. Anybody know who Intuit is? QuickBooks does Intuit. Quickens, right? This is another app that you can have on your phone that once you get it set up, it'll all start to make sense again. So I'm going to show you something. What's going on? All right, everybody should be able to see this. If you can see it, just give me a 1. Oh, you can't see it now. Debbie just put a 1. Debbie, you funny. Y'all gotta type it in the screen because I ain't gonna be able to. All right, here we go. All right, this is an app that you can put on your phone. And what you do is you put all of your credit cards, it's a very secure account. You will actually see that. You put all of your debit cards and things into the system, and what it does automatically is it starts tracking everything for you. So like, even though I have the spreadsheet, this actually tracks everything from how much money I have in each account, how much money is going out, how much money is in total, how much money I did in shopping, business services, auto transports, entertainment, anything. And you can categorize this any way that you want. But when you do this, if you look here in bills, let's just say, I'm gonna go to food, right? So when you look at food, it'll say I have 4 transactions here for food, and it'll tell me Giant, BJ's Whole, and everything else like this. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to change this from groceries I'll change it to household, because it was in my home and I had bought a TV. So I would have to change that automatically and just say home improvement. And I'm actually going to say that TV is for my screen for doing presentations. See how I just made that a tax write-off, the TV? Did everybody see how I just did that? See, it's not if you can do it, it's how you can do it. That TV is going to be used for, if you look behind me, you'll see it's in my office, and it's done for training. So now when I'm training or when I'm doing life-changing alliances, y'all see it in the background, and guess what? I can now write it off as a tax write-off. Does that make sense? So I change this to home improvement, or I'll put it in business, right? I can put it in business, and I can change and edit the category however I want to edit the category. Do y'all see where it say edit the category here at the bottom? I can edit the category. Once you have this pretty much set up the way that you want it, it starts tracking everything. And that's actually doing it on its own, because most of the time the reason why I'm saying you want to get these apps and things, because it creates your paper trail at the end of the year. At the end of the year, all I have to do is print out the spreadsheet that comes with this app and give it to my accountant. You're just not going to remember, because a lot of you're moving fast, things are happening. But when you're swiping, it's creating, just like your account, what is it? Your bank. It formulates what? Your what's the word I'm looking for? It formulates your bank statement. Your bank statement is something that you can use for the accountant. It automatically creates the bank statement. Does that make sense to everybody? So opposed to you trying to remember, you got these apps, set it up on your phone, use them, let that do it. And then now once a month, you got something to track it. You got paper because you got your spreadsheet. And then you got the app too, just in case you forget one day. Does that make sense? I'm just telling you, Mint is free. It's probably one of the best apps that's out there. I've been using it for years now. So you definitely want to jump on it, okay? If you have any questions about this, please do not hesitate to ask about it because it is an excellent app. The hardest part is going to be setting it up for you guys. Making sure you got right bank accounts and things of that nature. There's a reason why I'm trying to get all of you guys on track, because at the end of the day, it's going to be a lot of money that's going to be made in 2017. I just said that. And I'm going to give you all the opportunity, but at the end of the day, your stuff got to be right. Am I making sense? I don't care what's off. It can begin to become right now. I don't care what debt you have, anything. Believe me, you're going to learn some stuff that's going to make a difference in your finances, just on the mindset tip. So we got to remember that, okay? So now that we got that, and again, if you go on YouTube and you type in Mint, M-I-N-T, finances, it has reviews and everything on how it works and everything. I know I'm kind of going over it a little swiftly, but I'm trying to help everybody out here on tonight. Yes, 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 yes. Y'all excited? Y'all tired? Y'all probably tired right now. We talk about money. It only gets better as I go. I'm telling y'all right now. Who's ready to become a millionaire for real? Seriously, you got your millionaire status, you can best believe. Ladies and gentlemen, there's a reason why we are telling you to do this 52-week challenge. Tramika. I'm calling out Tramika because Tramika actually did the 52-week challenge. Listen to what I'm saying, ladies and gentlemen. You got to understand your money has a way of growing. Did you hear what I'm saying? Money does grow on trees. I know they say they don't, but it does. There's no, how is money growing? If it ain't growing from the ground, how do it come up? How do money, you ever said that to your kids, Evan, that money don't grow on trees? Man, y'all better stop playing. You ever said that, Sharon, to your kids? Y'all better turn that daggone electric, close that door. Money don't grow on trees around here, right? But guess what? Money does grow on trees. You just didn't know it. At the end of the day, ladies and gentlemen, I want your money to grow crazy. How many of y'all want your money to work for you? Seriously. Okay, it is a reason why I'm saying this 52-week challenge. Things are literally coming at me a mile a minute right now. Why? Because the universe, you don't ask the universe for something and don't expect to get it. Because I'm telling you, if you do it, it's coming. Did you hear what I said? Now, I've only shared this with one person, and that's in this room. And the only reason why he got it, because he was on the phone with me when I got it. And I was just like, wow. Has anybody ever heard of BET? Right? Any of y'all ever heard of Punch TV? Nobody ever heard of Punch TV, right? Now, Kevin can shake his head, yeah, because he... This is Punch TV. Punch TV, I'm going to give y'all a little bit about it, why. The reason why I'm so excited about this is because things are truly opening up to you guys. Like, I'm going to show you something of how things used to be or how they would control stuff. You know how they, like, you know golf, right? Like the word golf. Golf is a very, anybody ever went on a golf and golfed? Any golfers in the room? We got one golfer. Okay, Nicole, how much is your average 18-hole game? to golf?
Oh my goodness. If you don't get a card, about $40.
$40. Okay, that's pretty cheap. Anybody
That's
else?
if you don't get a cart.
If you don't get a card, yeah, that's still low. But y'all say $40? Okay, the last green I was on cost me $90 for a game of 18 holes. 9 holes might cost you around that, but 18 holes is easily $90. Okay, and that don't include the cart. Because if you get the cart, then you and don't not have some clubs because you're gonna pay for those too. Do you have any idea why Mercedes charge so much for their cars? It's really a way of controlling the environment. It controls the environment. Do you follow what I'm saying? Who do you see on the golf course? The light-skinned people or the dark-skinned people? It's the light-skinned people, right? The majority of them. You started seeing it when Tiger Woods started, and he was supposed to be half white, half black, Indian chief and all that stuff. But this is a way that they control the stock market. Anybody have an investment account with Charles Schwab or Merrill Lynch? Okay, Judy, you say you do. Okay. How much does it cost to get to start an investment, to have an investment broker?
Well, it didn't cost me anything because it came along with my job.
Okay. So they're the ones that finance your 401, they do your 401k and stuff?
And when I had it, but I just transferred it over because I retired.
Mm-hmm.
And it still didn't cost me anything as yet because it was still part of the company to move my money over.
Okay. So anybody walked into Merrill Lynch and opened up an investment account? Why has none of us gone to Merrill Lynch and we go to the banks and got a bank account? Why we don't got an investment account?
You can have one at the...
Huh? Go ahead, Judy. What you said?
Most banks now have it where you can do investment through the bank, through your bank.
Okay.
Some bank.
Do you know what it would cost you to walk into Merrill Lynch or a Charles Schwab or anything like that to open up an account? Come on, Kevin, talk about it.
To go into a place, and I used to work at Merrill Lynch.
Mm-hmm.
To go in and open an account, an investment account, is like minimum $10,000.
Oh, you can't go in there with $10 and open up an investment? No.
Absolutely not.
$100?
Nah, it's not gonna work.
No.
Because they want to see your degree of seriousness, and that's the reason why they charge such a high, or they open up with such a high amount of money. They want to see your commitment to the long-term stretch.
Mm-hmm. And guess what, ladies and gentlemen? Some of us ain't even tried to see what it costs to open up an investment account. Most of us assume that we ain't had no money, right? I ain't got no money to make no investment. How many of y'all said that? See how mental it is? It's not physical. It's mentally. You're being mentally challenged to the point that, guess what? Every last one of you can literally become a millionaire if you consciously make a decision that you want to do it. Did you hear what I just said? Every last one of you can literally become a millionaire if you make a decision that's something that you want to do. And if you're in this financial class, guess what? That should be something that you want to do. Let me find out it ain't. Period. Now, the thing about it is, it's no need of wasting your time mentally if you believe that you can't do that. Everybody in this room has an opportunity to become a millionaire once you make a decision. It's the same thing with savings. Like, how many of y'all are doing the 52-week challenge? Who's not doing the 52-week challenge? Anybody not doing it? Okay. So what was that? A decision. It was just a decision to do it, right? Well, the same exact thing that you decide to do, whatever you decide to do, is going to come full circle at the end of the day, just making a decision. So what happened was, this is what happened. This is what's happening. I believe that we should be making money every day. I don't believe in making money once a week or once a month, things of that nature. And we're going to be giving you ideas of how you can actually, now whether you do it or not is totally up to you. Just like the spreadsheet is totally up to you. I'm giving it to you. Why? Because it's what really helped me out. The stuff that I'm giving you is not something that I haven't used. Well, earlier this week, I got an email of a new, in fact, matter of fact, I don't even want to talk about it. I'm going to show you. And I want everybody to write this down because I want each one of you to do your own research. Did you hear what I just said? I'm just showing you, I'm giving you stuff that I do. Now it's up to you because Kemp did not tell you to go do it. Did you hear what I just said? Everybody got that? I ain't tell you to go do that, Jackie, did I? No, I'm just telling you what I do at the end of the day. Tramika asked me when she was saving this money, you know what the first question she had? Now, what do I do with this money? At the end of the year, she had $1,378 done, went Christmas shopping and everything else like this. Her next question was, well, what do I do with the money? All right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I believe in money working for you. And I need all of you to believe the same thing, okay? So on the other day, I got an email. And that's where we say things will just start to show up. When I say put it in the universe, make the vision board, make it plain, I'm telling you to put it out there and then with expectation. That's how faith works. Faith works in your what? Your belief that it's going to, that it's just like if you pray. How many of you pray and expect your prayers to be answered? Right? Now, they say it may not happen when you want it, but it's always right on time. Am I making sense? Some of y'all got this, right? And it may not come when you want it, but I'm just saying, y'all gonna see, some of y'all gonna go with me. But anyway, so you put it out in the universe, like we'll tell you, like when I wrote this check, I guarantee you, on this date, I'm going to be making no less. I said, I'm going to write this check. I said, on my 50th birthday, I was going to give myself $10,000 for my birthday, my 50th birthday. A lot of y'all be like, what y'all going to do? What am I going to do? I wrote a check. Do y'all, now, did I have to believe that I said that I was going to be, I didn't just write the check. I wrote the check in belief that I'm expecting it to happen. And it has more to do with your beliefs than writing the check. Am I making sense? Everything that I'm going to be talking to you from this point on is all about your beliefs. And if you don't believe, it ain't going to receive. That's all I'm going to tell you, right? So anyway, the gentleman sent me the email. Because sometimes when you write it, you don't know what is, I said this, I taught this one time. You don't know how it's going to show up in your life. You don't know how it's going to show up. Just know it's going to show up. Like, I don't know. I know what, right? And boy, if you understood that, you'd be a mess. I'm going to just tell you right now. So don't ask how, just do what I'm asking you to do as far as your beliefs is concerned. Now I'm going to show you something. Woo, I'm excited. I'm excited. Y'all better get excited. Is it too late to be excited in your house? Not mine. Woo! No, I'm just saying. No, stop. I get excited when I start talking about stuff, y'all, because I expected something big to happen. That's all I'm going to tell you. All right. Boop, 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 boop. What's going on with my internet up in this joint? Okay. Everybody should be able to see this picture right here. All right. President Obama signs jobs at making Punch TV Studios the only Black-owned media company qualified to sell stock to the urban community at $1 per share. Did you just hear what I just said? $1 per share. Now, at the end of the day, ladies and gentlemen, let me go back here. And I'm going to go to the actual website. It's called punchtvstudios.com. punchtvstudio.com. So, with that being said, I'm just going to allow you to see some of this stuff right here. And I want you to listen, and I'm going to tell you why you better keep on doing your 52-week challenge.
Let's go. Every once in a great while, there's a seismic shift in the world of entertainment. A moment where talent, technology, and innovation combine to change the game forever. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome. I'm Joseph Collins, CEO of Punch TV Studios. I would like to invite you to be a stockholder in Punch TV Studios for only $1 per share.
All right, so now y'all seen that part, right? So let me see if I can find the video that I really want to find, because I want y'all to hear a little bit of what's actually happening here.
So many of my friends have been asking me, Joseph, what does it mean to own stock in your company? So I thought I would take a few moments and just kind of begin to explain the process to you so that you would understand it. What we're doing at Punch is we've basically taken our company and we've cut it up into all these little pieces. And we're taking those pieces and we're selling it to you in the form of stock. So what that means is that you own a piece of our company as a stockholder. You would own it. That's your shares of stock, which means that's your part of ownership. You have that percentage of our company based on the amount of money that you invest in our company. You want to know, why did you sell your stock, Joseph? Why are you selling your stock for $1 a share? I want to share this with you. We could have easily have chosen to sell our stock for $5 a share. We could have chosen to sell our stock for $20 a share, even $50 a share. We could have chosen to sell our stock for that. But I chose, and my team and I, we chose $1 a share because we wanted to be inclusive of everyone. We didn't want to leave anyone out, and we wanted to create an environment where people would have an opportunity to be a part of what we're doing. So that if you had a couple $100 that you wanted to put into this company, a couple $100 would get you a couple 100 shares of stock. That couple 100 shares of stock, imagine if you put in $200 and then that couple 100 shares of stock went to $10 a share. So if it went to $10 a share, that means that your $200 investment would have made you $2,000. Or imagine if it goes to $100 a share, or even $1,000 a share. So that's very important to know that each and every share will grow as the value of the company grows. So then I was asked the question, well, how do you know that the value of the company is going to grow? We are projecting, according to our business plan, we are projecting that our company will do about $500 million in revenue over the next 18 months. So if we do $500 million in revenue over the next 18 months, we're looking at a stock that will be at a minimum of about $20 a share, give or take. And we're excited about that. We're really, really, really excited about that. We're going to create a lot of new jobs. Every time we create new jobs, that's going to help the valuation of our company. But let's just say one of the movies or the films or television shows that we make becomes a major hit show. If one of those shows become a major hit show, and I'm saying just one, we're going to make hundreds of shows over the next 3 years. We plan to make about 300 new shows, 300 new movies, 300 new television shows over the next 3 years. But just imagine if just one of those shows is a breakout hit. That's going to make the valuation of the company go up tremendously, and you as a stockholder will benefit from the growth of the company. You'll benefit from the growth of the company. The other thing about us being a publicly traded.
Now, I don't want to go into everything. I just wanted you guys to hear some of this so that you can now do your own research. You can't say that I didn't introduce you to it, okay? At the end of the day, you got, now Jamaica said, well, Kemp, what would I do with this money? She got $1,378. Well, guess what? I had $1,378 at the end of my 52-week challenge as well. But guess what, ladies and gentlemen? Guess what I did? Anybody got a clue what I did? Let me show you. Can everybody see the screen right here where it say Punch Studios TV? Everybody see that? Can you see that, Kevin? All right, it say view documents. Stop. Share. Everybody see this? Punch TV Studios. On 1/20/2017, how many shares are you buying? $500. Okay? Now, I still didn't take the $1,378. Now, we just got a date that they will be going public on June the 19th. So now we got a date. So now, Mr. Kevin, just working at Merrill Lynch, and what he explains is them use how they're doing with their community, because I know you did look at some of this stuff as well. But as they do it for the community, opposed to them selling stock through a banker or an investment banker, they literally are they now have the permission to sell the stock directly to the public. Explain a little bit about that. Go ahead.
Well, by Mr. Collins being able to disperse stock to the public, and because it's his stock, he can set the price wherever he wants, and he can disperse the stock to whomever he wants.
Hello. Now, normally as an investor, you would need certain certificates to actually purchase stock. This you don't need, and I'm telling you, we see stuff like this come through our community all the time, and because people are not knowledge or educated, many of you are fearful. $500, if you notice, she said $1,378. Now watch as a community, ladies and gentlemen. He's talking about the shares it's going to automatically, I guarantee you, on June 19th, it's going to come out at least $10 or $15 a share, which means that $500, this is where millionaires become millionaires overnight, literally from a company like this. Now, I've been doing some more research on it, because if you go into YouTube, you can see where they did their grant. This ain't something that just started. This is something that's been going on around since 2012. They've been launching businesses in California. They just opened up offices. And so now you have an opportunity with something little as $100. Maybe it could be $50. Maybe it could be $20. But at the end of the day, you never invest more than you can afford to lose. Listen to what I just said. You never invest more than you can afford to lose. Now think about this. We have 25 people right here. What if all of us did our 52-week challenge at the $1,378? Take out your calculators, right? And if everybody in the community, 500 times 25, how much money do you have for the community at this time, ladies and gentlemen? Somebody go ahead and type it. 1,000, 12,500, what, oh, what? 12.5, okay? So now imagine getting 12.5 of the stock on June 19th. What do we do as a community? This is just one thing that I'm showing you on how we're planning on moving this community. Like I say, ladies and gentlemen, I know at the end of the day, if you notice, Kemp bought his stock. You follow what I'm saying? At the end of the day, I'm only telling you what I've done. I'm not telling you to do it. I'm just telling you how I'm doing it. Now, you can have everything going through your mind however you want to have it going on. But guess what? You're giving opportunities every single day. I've seen this kind of stuff come and go in our communities. And when it comes, we don't take advantage, but then we get upset with the people who do. Period. Why? Because of education. I'm not hyping you. I'm telling you now to do, because see, I'm not the one that's going to be doing your research. I'm doing research for me that made me go out here and buy my $500 worth of stock. Now, I'm telling this to you before I gave it to the rest of the financial group. You follow what I'm saying? Now, after this he's only selling $50 million worth. Now, you may say that's a lot of money, but the way he's on YouTube and all these social networks and radio shows, man, people are buying 100,000. Like, everybody ain't in the position of being broke that we can only do 100. Some people buying $40,000, $50,000 worth of stock at one time. Why? Because on the 19th, those people just take their money. And that's why the richer get richer and the poor get poor, because of the decisions and choices that we make based off of our financial literacy. Am I making sense? Hopefully y'all got that today. I just wanted to say the best for last. I'm so excited. I can't tell you enough. Debbie over there shaking it up, right? Because, ladies and gentlemen, when I said this was going to be the best, this is going to be the best year. 2017 is going to be amazing. It wasn't I am expecting things to happen. Literally, some of you, your finances, your situation is going to change so quickly, you're going to be like, goodness gracious. Why? Because you're just speaking it into your life. You're speaking over your life. You don't need a prophet to speak over your life, ladies and gentlemen. You can speak over your own life on today. And as you go out of this class, and hopefully you got the spreadsheets, hopefully the $25 that you spent on the spreadsheet, the class was valuable enough. I just gave you damn near $1 million worth of information for your little $25 at the end of the day. And guess what? There's more to come. And we just in the first month of 2017. Baby, look out, because here we come. At the end of the day, I'm excited. I know Debbie excited. She done called me up like, woo. I was like, hey, wait a minute. I'm expecting. You can see Deb over there, Debbie Allen, Debbie Vitale. It must be a New York thing. I don't know. But people are excited. Why? Because they already expecting big things. It's like that Christmas tree. I'm expecting some gifts to be under that tree this year, baby. I'm looking. I'm like, you remember how we used to sneak around the house? There's some gifts somewhere. There's some gifts somewhere. You get to get excited about this and start seeing where your gifts, because guess what that TV thing was? Guess what it was, Kevin? It was just a gift. See, we just looking for it now. We're not waiting till the end of the year. We expecting big things right now, and hopefully you are too. So with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, it's been my plum please a pleasure. More than that, a privilege. And again, I appreciate each and every one of you. We have recorded this call. We are going places. We doing things. And when I tell you the LCA is going to be recognized, it's going to be recognized, because I'm putting some things in place for it to happen. God bless, take care, take charge, and take control over your life. Because if you don't, somebody else will. But hold it, wait a minute. Lynn told me to say something to y'all. I get so excited, I'll be forgetting some stuff. But Lynn, go ahead and share. What was you going to share? You was telling me about, yeah, you got it, because I'm already out of breath. I done used all my energy. I always save my energy for last. Like, those are the fireworks. Yeah, whoa, boom. And now I need to talk some more. I can't do it. Can you go ahead?
Well, I'm going to need you to summon a little something up, because The question that was asked that we never really addressed was for those of us who are doing the 52-week challenge, how can we include that in the spreadsheet?
For those that's now an expense. That's an expense. That's not an income. That's an expense because that's money that you're actually putting into that 52-week challenge. And then as you disperse it, it depends on whether it's now your income. So you're not using it. You're actually taking money and putting money into it. So it would go up under your expense column and whatever day, every Sunday. So you know on Sunday, that should be a projection. Why? Because that's money that you got to spend. That's why you need to see you need to put those budget numbers in first to get a colorful view over your actual finances. Am I making sense? Once you have that in motion, now, like I just said, when you're doing this 52-week challenge, ladies and gentlemen, do not look at this 52-week challenge and panic. Look at the 52-week challenge to the point that it causes action on your behalf. I'm going to share this with you. I said I was going to do this. Man, we had a couple more minutes yet anyway. It ain't 10 o'clock. But what I was going to do, I said, I dare somebody in this class to find something in your house and sell it this month. I want you to sell. I want you to find something. I know everybody in this room got something that they can sell or give away. Listen to what I just said. Giving away is just important as selling. Now listen, I want you to work on your salesmanship now, okay? All of y'all got something that you can sell. Now there's a site that you got to take the picture of the item. Like I'm gonna show you. I just bought these phones, right? I just bought these phones. Now let me show you something. Woo! Now, this is the box that these phones came in. Y'all see? Y'all see? I just bought the phone, right? Now watch this. Here's the old phones. Y'all see? I got everything in here in this box. So now I'm going to take all the stuff out this box. I'm going to take a picture of it because there's nothing wrong with this phone. The only reason why I replaced this phone because I wanted this new phone that had the Bluetooth for my ear. There ain't nothing wrong with this phone. Just like some of y'all got shoes that y'all got tags on right now. I know you do. I promise you, I could come in your house and find something to sell. Yes, no, maybe so. And if I can't, I know Yola can create something to sell. Has anybody seen a hanger and I got candies all around it? It looks like a wreath. Anybody ever seen that before? Like, it's like wreath. Like, let me tell y'all something. Michael's is a good, ain't that Michael's crafty? Some of y'all got skills. Like, for instance, I'm going to tell y'all somebody that got some skills. Jackie, JP. Somebody is always coming on here and asking JP about that scarf on her head. I see it every freaking morning. JP, where you get the scarf from? JP, where you get them scarves from? Man, JP, where you get them scarves from? Am I right? Y'all see it all the time, right? Now, you know what I would do? I would go and buy those scarves at bulk. And I would sell the scarves. Oh, y'all can get the scarves from me. I got some. And I'm buying them at bulk. I'm going to sell them to you for what I paid for on retail price. But now she's going to be able to make some money off of that. Do y'all follow what I'm saying? It's like money is being thrown at you all. Every morning, somebody like, oh, Jackie, I like that scarf. Oh, Jackie, I think, matter of fact, maybe I'll buy the damn scarf. So, maybe she don't have to do it. But she'll say, you know where I got it? I could tell you, go to Kemp's website. He got some scarves on there. The same scarf I got, because I'll be calling JP. I'm JP, where you get them scarves from? I'm going on the website. I'm going to call up the manufacturer and see what I can get them for bulk. Do you follow what I'm saying? It's called JV, Joint Ventures. Am I making sense? Hang out with me long enough, baby. You ain't gonna never have to worry about money because it's all over the place. I can just tell you that right now. Yep. So y'all see these sites that's on Facebook right now? It's got where you can sell stuff on the Facebook. How many of y'all have inquired about that? It's old stuff. You got shoes, but you'll say, oh, I don't have the money for the 52-week challenge. Ladies and gentlemen, we got to change our way of thinking, and we got to be more creative. Look at Eldora. She over there just thinking. She plotting. Like I see her. She plotting right now. I can see when the mind is at work. I see the minds that are at work. And I'm telling you, ladies and gentlemen, we don't never, y'all see my shirt? Y'all see my shirt I had on yesterday? I will never be broke another day in my life. You better know that. So with that being said, we are at 10 o'clock. God bless, take care, take charge, and take control. And Lynn, is that what you wanted me to sum up right there? Is that it? Everybody good? Question, offer up, and let's go are awesome. Oh, offer up. Yeah, you go. See, Nicole on it, right? Trust me, y'all got some stuff. Y'all got some stuff. And I'm going to run a contest. I'm going to run a contest for y'all, just y'all, since it's only 25 people. Because, see, the more y'all, the more money I got to spend out because somebody going to win. Whoever finds something in their house, and I don't even know why I said that because Jackie will probably win. This girl is so freaking competitive. It's crazy. But find something, and whoever sells and makes the most money, I'm going to double that money. So if you find something and you say, oh, Kip, I sold it, I got a receipt, I made $100, I got to give you $200. I'm just saying, all right? So, see what I mean? So I'm trying to see, wait a minute, wait. I got to put some rules on that. Y'all got to wait. Let me get some rules and stuff to put on there because I want to look, but Richard just like, dang, wait a minute, because she already had it. But listen, listen, boy, if you don't stop giving up our money, I'm just saying. So this is what I'm saying. So let me see, today's date is the 22nd. So should we do this the next month? I think we should do this the next month because I'm going to Cancun this month and y'all can't be taking my money. I need my money.
Thank you.
But on next month, we give everybody, it's a short month, 28 days. So whoever makes the most money, and all you got to do is keep tally of it. I made this, I made this, I made this. Whoever made the most money in the month of February, I'm going to, I have to look at my budgets and sheet and stuff like that. I can't be throwing no numbers because, boy, I be just throwing out some stuff. And I be like, dang, I said that. All in the hype of things, right? So, y'all bear with me. Just get ready because February, we're going to do that test. I just going to let y'all know. But on February, start putting your stuff together. Flea markets is all around you. It ain't too cold outside right now. And I went to the flea market last Saturday and I sold $100 worth of stuff. I'm telling you, y'all got old cameras. Some of y'all got old cell phones that's sitting around. Some of y'all got glasses that y'all don't need. Some of y'all got shoes and new clothes that you can sell. It's time to get paid in the LCA. You guys take care. I'm out. Goodbye. Everybody, look, eBay, Amazon. Y'all better stop giving up all y'all stuff. Good night. Oh, gosh.